Hello, everyone. This is Dave Warner with Small Town Life, part of the Studio 25 podcast network, and we have the dynamic duo back here. It's Jill and Jack, or which one is?
Jack and Jake Frost.
Jack and Jake
That's
Frost.
Right.
Kelly Brown and Ray Lenarcic, welcome to the show.
Hi, Dave.
You just said you have a lot of stuff to talk about, and I have no idea what we're talking about. So I'm going to let you lead.
Well, Kelly and I'd like to talk about what we are presently doing, holiday time. And I'll turn it over to Kelly to talk a little bit about Graham Lorraine.
Yeah, so Herkimer County Hunger Coalition, of course, for years. One of the programs that we do here is the Graham Lorraine Children's Christmas Program. It's been going on since the inception of the coalition. Before that, it had...
How long is that? How many do you remember?
This is our 26th year.
It's a long time.
Coalition, yeah. 1999, Ray came up with the idea and invited a bunch of idiots to a room, and we all said yes, and here we are, still 26 years later. So
tell me what it is. What is it for those who don't know what Graham Lorraine is?
So the coalition works with various school systems in the area. We identify those that are in need, and we have outside sponsors. Say you are taking a child. We have the information on the child, just the age and the size. That's nobody knows names. And then some special items for them, use some clothing and their favorite toy, book, or game or something like that. So each kid has a few items bought for them for Christmas. It's great.
Do you get like sizes of clothes and things, more detail, not the name, but you get detail about what you can buy for the child?
Yeah, it's very detailed. All the sizes are included, their favorite colors, what their favorite hobbies or toys are. We make it pretty simplistic for folks to go out and spend.
Yeah.
Whatever it is they want.
It's hard to get that for family members.
Yeah, yeah, but I want to add importantly that we also get brand new coats and boots, especially in this climate and especially given who we are working with. As Kelly mentioned, we have sponsors and we have some great sponsors. We also have some very generous donors. So over the years, I would say that approximately 10 to 15,000 children have benefited from the program. As Kelly mentioned, back to 1999, but even before then, it was the Adopt a Child program, which was the name of the same type of program at Herkimer County Community College. And one of my students from Long Island, Kevin Durbin, never forget the name or the guy, came into my office one day and he said, RJ, I saw a couple of little kids, a boy and a girl, going to school, and it was sleeting out, and they had summer jackets on. And I said, can we do something? And I said, why don't you do something? And he went out and got a bunch of students together, and they raised the money, and they got a bunch of new coats for the Herkimer Elementary School kids in need. And from that, Adopt a Child developed, and the rest, as they say, is history.
Where did the name come from?
Graham Lorraine? Mm-hmm. Graham Lorraine was my wonderful mother-in-law, Kay's mother, who was killed in a tragic and avoidable accident back in 2001. And so we honor her memory. She was a great woman, a caring woman, and so it's Graham Lorraine.
So the information you give about toys and things like that is a little bit different than the coats and boots? It's all the same?
Yeah. A lot of the times it's all, we have coat programs specifically that are separate from the program.
Okay, that's what I was getting at.
And then we have some that are included with it. So if it's, one or two kids, then we'll put it on the sponsor list and let them take care of it. But like CVA and Frankfurt, we just bought $1,500 worth of coats for all their kids because there were so many. They needed 80 kids that needed coats this year, so we covered that. Little Falls has a coat program as well that they do separately from the Graham Lorraine, so they have a batch of coats that they're getting along with their sponsor stuff. So yeah, each program is just a little bit different depending on what the school wants to do, and Ray works with all the handlers, we'll call them, the coordinators, and it's been a great process.
Has it the cost of things goes up? Have the donations kept up with the cost so that you're still able to serve the same number of kids?
Yeah, we never have a problem. In fact, Little Falls, Kara Miller is a coordinator there, Mike Paraguay. they actually had more sponsors this year than they had students.
Wow.
And again, that speaks to the generosity of this community. I'd like to shout out to Holy Family, for example. It took 15 children. And
when you say take, they get the cards with the information. They say, we'll take 15 of them. We'll handle these kids.
Yeah. Yeah, we provide the information. They go out and shop. They wrap the goods. In most cases, right, Cal, the sponsors are very generous.
Very.
My wife's an example. They always get more than what's on the sheet.
That's good.
Yeah, because my idea when it began, and it continues, is that no child should get up Christmas morning without something under the tree.
Right.
And a smile on his or her face.
Like normal for you, right? Nothing under the tree for you.
I get a lot under the tree. That's right.
But we can't talk we'd have to change the rating of this show.
Yeah. Oh, I thought I was going to no, never mind. Okay, next year. But again, like I said, generous donors, sponsors, keep the program going. And you want to know the schools for?
Yeah.
Okay. Little Falls, of course, CVA, Frankfort, Mount Markham, O&D Young, and BOCES.
So that's a lot of schools. BOCES does that include the 11 schools that participate with BOCES?
BOCES area is even beyond that.
Okay.
And, the children, obviously, in the BOCES program are among the neediest. So we're fortunate to be able to fulfill that need every year. Julie Metz is the coordinator of that program.
Oh, sounds like a great deal, Kelly.
Now, sponsorship-wise, we, also, aside from individuals and aside from Holy Family, like Ray mentioned, the number of organizations, the Lions Club and Kiwanis and Frankfurt, the number of groups that also take kids or sponsor every year, it's amazing, and you can count on them. They're year after year folks.
I think Kelly will agree. maybe the most amazing, and I'm going to give her a shout out, Patty Crozier.
Yeah.
Lexington, which is near Johnstown. They're not even close to the area. She averages between 16 and 20 sponsors for us each year, and we could not do our BOCES program without Patty. So I want to shout out to Patty. She's a fantastic person, and like I said, without her, the BOCES program simply wouldn't operate.
Are you looking for more sponsors right now, more donations, more children's names? What are you looking for now?
We can always use donations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, there's always some last-minute folks. They fall through the cracks, or sometimes they just miss deadlines. You're not.
So
it's difficult.
It's always welcome. Then.
Yeah.
Any help is always welcome.
We just got a batch in, a late batch here
yesterday.
Of kids who need stuff.
So, So we have to find more sponsors.
And thankfully, MOVAC's come through in that regard with 4 sponsors to help us.
Nice.
And the college this year, my old stomping grounds, got us 15 sponsors. So a shout out to them.
It's amazing.
Dave, Kelly and I'd like to talk about branches on the Christmas tree.
Okay.
And one of which is Operation Candy Cane. You want to take it, or you want me to?
Well, you can start. Go ahead.
Okay, well, we're going to have to go back to the Army Corporal Michael Maine Cookie Corps. And I think a lot of people from Little Falls are sponsors in the Cookie Corps. The Cookie Corps, very simply, is every month sponsors bring an assigned food, sundries, whatever, and I'm going to read from the list in a second, to MOVAC. And the snacks, as we call them, are taken up to the Marine Corporal Gregory Harris Courtesy Room at Hancock Airport.
In Syracuse.
Yep. And if you've never gone there, take some time to walk down and check out the Courtesy Room. It's a sight to behold. Beautiful recliners. They have TVs, Wi-Fi access, snacks, beverages. And those are for troops in transit, or when Kay and I were up there, a bunch of young guys were waiting to go off to basic. So we provide the snacks for the facility. And we need a volunteer every month to take the items up. So if you're you people listening, if you're not doing anything at the end of the month and you want to get in touch with us, we could use you to take the goods up to the airport, and you're serving 2 purposes, getting the goods up there and then checking out that tremendous facility.
Yeah, it's not that long of a drive.
No, it's really simple to do.
And, real quickly, Laura Helston and Ronnie Schoonmaker run this, and Laura's really the focal point, coordinator of this. Every month she sends out a sheet. I have it in my hand. And people are assigned based on the alphabet. So A through C this year, we're assigned individual wrapped Halloween candy, which people probably have left over, and travel size Tylenol, Advil. All right. L through M, which would be Kay and myself, we were assigned individual packs of beef jerky, and that's the number one item.
I can imagine that. Yeah,
they love that. Yeah.
And gum is another one. And gum that we got. T through Z, shelf staple liquid creamers, regular and French vanilla Rice Krispie treats. And
so alphabetically, you're assigning people, here's the kind of things you can get for the troops.
She rotates that.
Okay, all right.
You may
so you're not
get
buying
water,
the same stuff.
No, yeah, you may get water this week, or you may get, pre-heat meals or something for their microwave, because they have a little microwave. They don't really have a kitchen, but they have some microwavable meals and stuff. So each month you'll get a different item to get.
Okay.
It's a great way to, it's a great thing and so simple to do.
Yeah.
And again, if you're interested, I'm going to put a sign up at the end, our address.
It's always better instead of a big sign that, I put it on the screen, but okay.
Kay had a small one for me to take, and I said, no, let's get the big one up. Well, wrong as usual.
Yeah.
Operation Candy Cane. Yeah, Kelly. Yeah. Operation Candy Cane, and we love this, that Laura came up with, provides small items for both the troops and their children coming through at Christmas time. For example, they're around $10 each for the children and the military. And you can drop off the items at Little Falls as Kinney, Illians, Kinney, or at Movac. Mm-hmm. And they include this, and they're unwrapped, by the way. Keep them unwrapped. Wool caps, thermal gloves, playing cards and puzzle books, coloring books, crayons, Barbies, infant toys, and action figures. And they're going to be due December 1st.
Okay. So do they collect them year-round or just this time of year?
This time of year.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, and again, it's part of the Cookie Corps program because it goes to the same facility. So again, Laura mentioned that she could use some help in this regard. This year, the contributions are down. So again, to repeat, they are wool caps, thermal gloves, playing cards, puzzle books, coloring books, crayons, Barbies, infant toys, and action figures. And you can help us out by, buying a couple of those, one of those, and drop them off at Kenny's in Little Falls, Kenny's in Ilion, or Movac.
And you can also bring them to the clerk's office. The city clerk's office here in Little Falls also does Cookie Corps collections, so you can bring them there as well. You don't have to go to the Kenny's, but
it's not like the Kenny's.
Basically, these are just stocking stuffer size little gifts for either for the troops or for the troops to bring to their kids as they're coming home. They haven't had a chance; they're just coming back from
and so they'll have a gift for them.
So
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Another way to show that we care for them and appreciate the service that they are making to the country.
So there's a problem with that room up there. Do you want to talk about that? Was that on your list, or is that?
That's on the list.
It's on the list. And
well, let's talk about that then.
It's almost unfathomable that what's going on with them right now. So there are a few of these rooms around the country. A lot of them are in a little bit bigger airports, but there is one in Albany, there is one in Syracuse, there is one in Rochester. Is it Rochester or Buffalo? Buffalo. So those are the three that we know of in New York State, even like JFK doesn't have. But when they opened these rooms initially, the area that they were using, they were getting for free. And as the airports have been redone, if they've done all this construction, and when they moved the room, which has now been moved a couple of times, the new spot that they're in, they reclassified them as a vendor. Now, I don't know how you could even think of doing that. Here is somebody that's doing something free for our military, and they've reclassified them as a vendor, and they're charging them $2,000 a month for the space,
which you can't afford.
It's crazy. Yeah. And Syracuse, by the way, or at least right now that we know of, is the only one doing that. I mean,
yeah, if I can jump in, what they're selling is happiness, not a product.
Yeah,
in the material sense, they're selling happiness. It's, I think, Kelly, we mentioned 2,000 in the letter we have. We'll talk about in a minute. But actually, I think it's a little closer to 2,300. And they get the money through donations. And, they're struggling. They're pounding the pavement, beating the bushes to get that money to keep that facility open.
Well, they were paying nothing, and now all of a sudden it's 2,300. Well, when did that start?
Well, what's even worse, Dave, it started, within the last year?
In the last year and a half, I think it was, yeah.
What's even worse is he mentioned Albany and Buffalo. They're not paying anything.
Yeah.
And it's the Federal Aviation Administration who's responsible. So what we've done at a coalition meeting.
So they're responsible for what's being charged?
Yes.
Really?
So I think if you go back, you can kind of trace where this came from, because the city of Syracuse used to oversee the airport, right?
Right.
And then the county.
They should have an airport director.
Right, so the FAA basically took over the airport. The city no longer controls the airport. The county no longer controls the airport. And so this is coming now down from the FAA lawyers who. And the way it was explained to us was they found a loophole in the contract, and that's how they're able to charge them. Why you would want to?
Why would you want to look for a loophole?
I don't know. It makes no sense to me.
Well,
I think we need to loop them back into who they work for.
Yeah. Trying to raise some money to cover the expenses for the 900 billionaires who are not going to have to pay their fair amount of taxes. You got to find the money to make up the difference. So this is probably one of the ways. Sorry. So
there's nobody standing over there, right?
Richard, I'm looking. That's paranoia. After the rumors, anyway. So Richard Morgan Kelly runs a coalition now at one of his meetings. Was there from the Little Falls Rotary, because what we're doing is asking other clubs to come, and we're going to them. Kelly and I went down to the Little Falls Rotary, listened to what they're doing. They listen to what we're doing. We learn things from each other. He suggested we start a letter writing campaign, and we did. And I'm going to hold this up like this. This is the letter. And we've had a lot of people, right?
A lot,
already
we've had a good response so far.
Respond to this, including Elise Stefanik. Stefanik,
right.
Yeah. And hopefully she can use her clout to get them maybe to see the light of day. We'll see. But anyway, we're asking people everywhere who are looking at the podcast and everywhere beyond to send a letter to David Cohen. He's the Regional Compliance Program Manager. He's the guy in charge of this, and request that he give us a waiver regarding the hospitality or courtesy room.
Okay.
And on the right, by the way,
I'll put that. What I'll do is I'll scan that in and attach it to the show notes.
Okay,
so
appreciate
people can
that very
download
much.
It. Yeah.
Yeah, and Marine Corporal Harris's picture's on the right, and he's still MIA, and from Vietnam, obviously. So again, that's what's going on at the courtesy room, and we have a stake in this. So does Laura and Ron, because we're providing the snacks. We're part of the operation. And,
what it went from is all the work that you did went to tangible things. Rent isn't intangible.
Right.
It's just overhead cost and doesn't do anything for the troops.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's one of the things that they could they could easily waive that. I mean,
absolutely.
They're not,
yeah.
And then, if you don't mind, a little self-serving thing. What's new, huh? This year, in addition to Candy Cane and Graham Lorraine, we're offering Christmas stories. I have a Thanksgiving story, by the way, and I want to thank...
I was going to say, it didn't look like Christmas to me, but okay.
No, but if I hold this up, people will be, I think, amazed at the great artwork, and it was done by
looks great.
A Vietnamese girl that my daughter contacted. You're going to see even greater artwork in a second. But this is the first Thanksgiving story, and we've got it out to Dowdesville. We got it out to Fort Plain, fourth graders. We got it out to Benton Hall, of course, and Owen D. Young. And in addition to the story, there's a list of items that get the kids to understand why we should be grateful to Native Americans and what they've given to our culture, which unfortunately is often forgotten.
So you have an essay contest with it too,
yeah,
then,
and at
right?
the bottom, we're offering an essay contest, and obviously it says what I'm thankful for this Thanksgiving. And hopefully we'll have some of the kids take part in this. We also had, and Kelly and I are very emotional about this one, and that is
Pumpkin Man.
And guess who drew that?
I don't want to know.
Yeah, you do.
Your cartoonist, the former great principal at Benton Hall.
Who is doing, have you seen his cartoon?
I've seen
He's
him.
doing one every day. I can't even keep up with him. He's like the most prolific cartoonist out there. Good Lord.
And you're going to see, and he drew Pumpkin Man. And on the inside of Pumpkin Man is this story by me. And somebody accused me of being on an acid flashback when I wrote it. But no,
I said no, he was actually on acid then.
Okay. And in addition, Dave, this is what all the kids got, the schools I mentioned and CVA. That's Ollie the alligator. He's half owl and half alligator, half and half. And you'll see each month there's a fire safety recommendation, something to observe. On the 22nd of every month, we're asking all people, and of course people watching this podcast, to check their smoke detectors and also practice their exit plan, because our concern is preventing ever again the McLeod tragedy from occurring. And the McLeod children, as you know, in 1991 died in a tragic fire, 6 of them. Also in the memory of the wonderful student of mine, Chris Cagwin, and his brother and sister who died 2 years before. Chris Cagwin was one of the most remarkable students I ever had. Alexander the Great Jr., because he resembled him. On the back, you got the parents' checklist, and they can put that up on the refrigerator and check it off and keep reinforcing. What's the best way to learn? Reinforcing, right? Over and over. At the bottom is our half and half contest.
What? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Kelly got it. I was just trying to get you to reinforce.
Yeah,
Sorry.
well,
you didn't catch it.
No, well, I'm in my brain fog. Okay, and the Hunger Coalition half and half contest. What's a half and half? All right, that's a birdle, half bird, half turtle. That's a sycophant. All right, half elephant, half giraffe with one eye. And I'm going to tell you, Dave,
it is the acid.
The kids absolutely love this contest. And Benton Hall, previously, we used to have tons of kids participate in this. And every kid who gets involved gets a couple of bucks. No losers. The winners get a little more, and they get their picture in maybe My Little Falls or on the website. And so it's a half and half contest. But that's what we do for fire safety. That's what the coalition does. That's one of the things. The other stories, these are 3 Christmas stories. And we're holding them up, 3 stories for $25. And
are these new stories? They've not been out before?
These are RJ originals.
Yeah, these are originals. Okay. Look at the artwork.
It's
okay.
Very good. Much better than I can draw.
I'm not going to say Joe Long. The candle in the window, by the way, is a Christmas story that involves a man who was in a war and who had problems. He came back and he became a hermit. And he kept the candle in his window, for people who were lost to see, to come there. He'll take care of them, whatever. He had this big mangy dog, and when he came to town, he was shunned. He was mocked. And a couple of little kids, brother and sister, get lost. And guess who finds them? He does, and he takes care of them. And ultimately, the community, they're worried. Where did he go? Maybe that guy got him, and they find out that he took good care of them. And in the final analysis, as you can see, there's more than one moral, Dave, in the story. If we can find this quickly. Yeah, there he is at the church service that Christmas, the little kids with him and the dog, and the people who learned the lesson that judge not lest ye too be judged. And again, keep in mind that people who have fought in wars do suffer problems, and they should be appreciated rather than shunned. But anyway, that's a candle in the window. We get our tradition. My story bases it on this situation. This is probably the best ever, Dave, in terms of artwork.
That's beautiful.
This is the angel with the rainbow-colored wings. And I won't get into it except to say it was a little girl. Her father left the little girl and her mother. The mother was forced to find work. She was barely able to get by. The little girl dressed in hand-me-downs. They had to move. They moved to a new school. And of course, she was shunned. The same story. And so in her world, because nobody liked her, she created her own world, which involved 4 angels. And
amazing.
That was a spring angel.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Okay. And then...
He's very talented.
Yeah, I mean, she'd make a lot of money if she lived here.
She or he? I thought it was a he.
No,
I thought it was a male artist.
No.
Female artist?
Female artist.
Okay, all right. That's why I said he.
Yeah, and there's the summer angel.
Wow. The fall painting angel. The fall leaves.
And, of course, the angel with the rainbow-colored wings. And, the story ends up in a good way. She does something to remind the entire class that it's important to be kind. Okay, and what she gave the class was something that it's not something material, but it's something that they could carry with them, the idea that you should care and be kind to others. And then finally, this one is, I don't know what I was on when I did it.
I think you just come from our friend Greg's house.
Yeah, our friend Greg, who,
he did the roll-ups, right?
Yeah, he did or he was on Bill Maher or something.
Roll me up and smoke me when I die. All right, that wasn't Willie Nelson, that was me. I got a better voice. All right, so The Christmas That Almost Wasn't. And it's an original story by Logan Krauss. The funny story here, the people, Staples, that I gave it to, misspelled Logan's name. It's Krauss. It's Kay's and our great nephew. But then look what they did with my name. They misspelled that too. But that's okay.
I think they did that one on purpose.
Yeah. Notice the illustration.
Ray is spelled wrong too.
I looked. Look at the artist. Joe Long.
I see that.
His,
it's a theme.
Every Long cartoon has the Google eyes in it. Okay. So that's Santa, and that's Edward Louis Foster, or Elf. Ever wonder where Elf came from? Edward Louis Foster.
Was that where it came from?
Yeah.
You making that shit up?
Yeah.
Sorry, I said the word shit.
Of course he is.
So here's the story.
We've said acid. We say
the story. 2 tablets this time. The story is about the elf who was kicked out of Santa's village. Now, Santa's village. And he said, I'm going to get back at the old man, and I'm going to ruin Christmas. So he gathered up his half and half army and was going to do everything he could to prevent Santa Claus from achieving his objective. Well, Santa had his half and halves too. And Edward Louis Foster mobilized them. And so what's going to come very quickly, thank you, Joe Long, are the half and halves. Some representing the Strook, and he was the bad elf, and others representing Edward Louis Foster. And notice you can color these. It's like a coloring book. That's the Birdle, half bird and half turtle. Look at that. Joe Long, thank you. And then we have, in no particular order, the Weekend. And he was one of the bad guys. Half weasel. And?
Chicken?
You got it.
Yep. I didn't know it was a quiz, so I...
No, but I just wanted to make sure you can...
Well, I can tell. I didn't know I was supposed to answer. It was fill in the blank.
I want to see if you were awake.
I took 2 words, mandatory drug test.
Yeah.
All right, this one you can get. The Ostrodile. Half ostrich and half crocodile. All right? And then we go on. Joe Long. This is one of the best. This is the Sigerfant. The one, remember I said elephant, giraffe, and...
He did a good job on that.
Look at that, folks.
Better than your hand drawings.
And, kidding.
Yeah, but mine weren't bad. So anyway, you can color that. It's like a coloring book, right?
All right.
He's one of the good guys. And then the Pigaroo, who can hypnotize anyone with its eyes. It's half peacock and half kangaroo. Look at him,
Dave.
Folks. And if you're watching the podcast,
you're scaring me. You don't have to be 4 years old. I'm scared already.
You get 3 of these for $25. It's a coloring book, folks.
Yeah. It's 9 a.m. We just came from the bar, right?
Yeah, I know it is.
And then at the end, of course, Santa Claus wins. There he is with a smile on his face. And look at the Strook. Very sad over the fact that he couldn't spoil Christmas after all. So that's all, folks. And there they are. You got this one, okay, and the one Dave's got over there.
I've got them all over here.
Folks.
Oh, God, here we go.
I didn't think we were done yet.
The camera is there. There you go.
Yeah,
all right. So that's, this address that you're holding up, blocking your face, what is this? Where do you want people? Kelly, you answer because he's nowhere near the microphone.
Well, that's the coalition's post office box. So if you have any questions, you want to participate in anything, you want to buy anything, you want to donate, that's the place to send it.
How about a phone number as well? Because this is old school mailing.
It is old school mailing, but that's
what you do.
They can call. I'll give you my cell number is 315-867-3375.
Okay.
Anybody's welcome to call and ask questions as well.
Okay, that'll be helpful.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, they can't ask questions of a P.O. box.
Right.
We don't mind by ask questions. Just
put that down. We got it. We got it there.
Okay.
We can hear you.
Get near the microphone again.
But again, we need your help. Bottom line. I mean, we're in pretty good shape. We have great donors. But Cal, you want to mention just briefly how much we pass out at the pantries, to the pantries?
Yeah, we've given several thousand to multiple pantries, and that was the one thing that we didn't touch on that we probably should touch on quick. With the shutdown that happened, of course, there was the whole snafu and all that stuff. And so the pantries, although they are well equipped, our pantry system here in this county has got to be a model for other counties. I have no doubt of that.
It's really good.
Sue Tucker here in Little Falls is probably the best I've ever seen at it anywhere. And they have set themselves up for success, but every single one of them is noticing double or triple the number of folks coming in, and they have put out a lot of food, and they've spent a lot of their reserves that they built. So even with the shutdown being over, I think there's going to be a bit of a lag. Now, folks will be able to go and get stuff, but the pantries themselves won't be able to recoup right away. So that's another big part of what we're doing, is trying to make sure that they are financially stable. And most of them are. I mean, Little Falls, you guys have great support down here from a number of organizations and individuals. It's crazy.
A shout out to Tony DeLuca, by the way, and grants. And, one meeting was 2 months ago. We gave out $4,000
to the Little Falls Food Pantry.
No. Little Falls is so good that they don't make requests from us. And Tony's mentioned because his ability to get grants and the generosity of people in Little Falls. Let me just jump in and check mylittlefalls.com. Today under columns. Is it under columns?
It's under columns or the dailypost.digital now, but you can still go to mylittlefalls.com. It bounces you. Yeah, under columns.
I don't even have a cell
under
phone.
Ray Lenarcic.
But it's on rumors. And at our last meeting, a visitor from Little Falls mentioned that rumor had it that our pantry wasn't getting food to people, that these shelves were empty. And I went nuts before he did. And as you begin to know, we're a lot alike. He's like my stepson.
Yeah.
But
he said stepson. There's no joy in that.
But anyway, and so I wrote in response to that, because the worst thing about rumors, the people who are spreading them never take the time to avail themselves of the time to check it out.
Yeah. And to find the truth.
Exactly. Yeah. All anyone in Little Falls needs to do to learn about our food pantry is to go to 45 Furnace Street and check it out. Okay.
In the back of the building, not the front, the child care in the front. You go around to the back.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. And as far as our other pantries, we have one of the greatest rural pantries anywhere, and that's Cuyahoga's in Ben Rizal. So, as he said, all of our pantries are doing the job. Kelly's doing a phenomenal job keeping the operation going. Another thing we do real quickly, we'll put this up, we're very proud of, is Kelly and I's story. We wanted to put something up at the college to remember our veterans when I was still at the college. In fact, I just gotten out. And it was a memorial park. And unfortunately, the combination of county and the president or whatever, we had to pay $30,000 for that little plot of land. And I think they figured that if they charged $30,000, that would scare us off. But what'd we raise?
100.
And the money's still available. And if you've never seen it, get up to the college, go up to the phys ed facility, the soccer field. Before you walk in on the right, you'll see it. It's absolutely beautiful. And I'm holding this up because anyone in the county who'd like to have his or her father, themselves, whomever, relative on that wall, all you need to do is, and I'm holding it up, is get a hold of Rich Lewis at the phone number.
I'll put it on the screen.
Great. I appreciate that because, as I said, it's a beautiful little place, and it was our effort to remember our many, many, many servicemen and women in this county who either made the ultimate sacrifice or made a sacrifice. And so we have that. And then I just want to...
Your usual.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stash.
Yeah.
Kelly, you want to quickly talk about this? Especially, it's a Herkimer People Day, but, Herkimer people watch the podcast.
Yeah, you go through all the small towns and villages in the valley and you see all the veterans banners up. And so this year, Herkimer, the coalition, was one of the key organizations in getting the Herkimer banners going. And we've now done 100 banners, so we've surpassed that first milestone. But I have to believe that there's lots more out there for folks to do. So we'll leave you with an application if you could get that up
I can do that
somewhere.
as well. Yep.
People can fill that out and send it in, and we'll get them. We offer also a smaller size banner that people can put in their yards or on their doors, and they're duplicates of the large banner that we post. And those are great this time of year.
Those are
for
kind of
some
neat.
gifts.
Yeah,
Those are great Christmas gifts. I mean,
$50.
You could do that. Yeah, it's $50 if you have ordered a large one. It's $60 if you haven't, because they have to do the setup or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great program, a great project. It's been incredible to be a part of that as well. But you see them everywhere now. I mean,
Little Falls has some.
And I think the ones that we're doing, the dealer that we're using is one of the best.
Oh, yeah.
I think his banners are just
Is it the same one as St. Johnsville, or is it a different one?
Yeah, Julie Ermo, my former student.
Yeah, they are.
Julie's the one who got me into it.
Yeah.
Originally, we were going to do it with the Elks Club. It kind of fell through. Then Kelly and I picked the ball up and got a committee, and here we are. And this wonderful man who died far too young is my brother-in-law, Kay's brother, Terry. And, of course, our magnets, which we pass out to everyone we can and remind people of Stas Shiitake and his sacrifice, and people know about it. Prisoner of war, died on Christmas Eve, 686 days of captivity. And, it reminds people he made a difference, and you can make one too. And be fortunate, feel fortunate. Down days, feel fortunate you're alive, you're breathing, and you can do something with your life he wishes he could have. And then finally, I think you want to talk the Fallen Stars Memorial, which Kelly and Devin McDonald. Oh, wait, before, I'm sorry, Dave Pekolsik and his brothers, Billy and Johnny. I got the wrong address on that Halloween Memories article. They lived on Porteous Street, not Moreland.
And also, you got wrong the new president of the college.
I wrote something nice about him, and we're excited about the new president of Herkimer County Community College. They brought the community back.
Yeah, they did.
And she's doing a great job, and her name is Dr. Greats, not Graves, Day.
Yes.
Yep.
That's what happens when you get 83. You forget things.
Forget what?
What? And he's not even there yet.
Yeah, no. He overloads me, so
Yeah,
whatever it is.
it's true.
So the Fallen Stars Memorial, that also is a project that's been around since I think we did that in 2010 or 11. We've started that. Wasn't long after the Iraq and Afghanistan wars started. And what the Fallen Stars Memorial depicts is all of the men and women from New York State who were killed in Iraqi freedom, and they were, if they were killed in Iraq and Afghanistan, they're on that wall, and that's a traveling memorial. It's available to anyone pretty much any time. The only time we would tell you no is if it's booked somewhere else. Even though the wars are over, it's still getting out. It was just at a big Elks thing in Herkimer at the VFW. It's going out to Cayuga County College has asked for it. They have a big veterans program there. I didn't realize that. They're really big. And they have 2 campuses. I think they have one in Auburn. It's Auburn, and it's just outside of Syracuse, just north of Syracuse.
All right.
And they take it
very
quite
serious.
often. Yeah, they take it quite, and it's a really nice, big, elaborate setup.
And then you've also got a banner that goes with that too, right? Yeah. Pull up there, Ray. You got to get close to the mic.
Yeah, well, Kelly can talk about the banner, but if you want to check out a cool display, when you get to the Herkimer Elks or go to the Herkimer Elks, you go upstairs, and the little dining room in the corner is a beautiful display honoring veterans, and the banner is there. And the banner's probably at more places than I can remember.
Yeah, we've given out dozens of banners. Yeah, and we give them to all or any veterans association that wants them, whether it's a VFW, Legion, Marine Corps League.
One here in City Hall too. You did one in Little Falls,
or places like that, or clubs.
Yep.
Yeah, and we've also done schools. There are some schools, colleges that have them up. There's one at HCCC. There's one going to be put up in Tompkins County soon. We just got a request from them. So yeah, that continues to help spread the word as well. The last thing we want is for these kids to be forgotten. Really.
Yeah.
And what's unique about this is, unlike other memorials, this banner depicts the faces of the men and women who died, because if you die for your country, you need to be seen.
Not just a name.
It's incredible. It's incredible. And that, by the way, the Fallen Stars actually went to the military reception room in Syracuse. They asked to have it displayed.
Oh, wow. So it is there.
And no, it's not there now.
Whole
it has been. We
take
it, we leave it.
All right.
Yeah, we
I thought you meant the banner.
Oh, no, we don't. I think we did give them a banner, though. And at first we didn't know whether to do that or not, because it was still time of war. Do you want faces of the folks that didn't come back for these kids to see on their way out? In the long run,
they've already signed on the line by then, it's.
I get it, but that doesn't. So we got a little back and forth about that. But I'm going to tell you a story, and it really. And sometimes it's hard for me to tell, so you'll have to excuse me if it. But so we ended up taking the memorial up. We set it up in front of the room, and we were off talking to the coordinators of the room up a little ways away, and I turned around and there's a young man standing over in front of the memorial, and he was looking at it. And he was really, really looking at it. And we went over and talked to him, and he gave us his name, and he said, I'm just getting ready to go over there. And he said, I have to tell you, it's incredible to know that if something happens that I'll be remembered.
Wow. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was tough.
Yeah, I can imagine. All right, final thoughts?
Yeah, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and if you can help us out in any way with candy cane or with Cookie Core, or be a sponsor, if not this year and the next year, we'd appreciate it, and you're going to enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, Christmas is all about giving, and you're going to be giving something that's going to make a little child happy who otherwise wouldn't have been. And I want to especially thank 2 people, my grandson, Andrew James, who every year, and this year as well, purchases 5 Christmas trees for families in most need in the BOCES program, and Emily Tilson up in Cuyahoga Valley Way, Newport, for her generous contribution to Andrew's requests for help. So people aren't just helping for Graham Lorraine and other things, but they're helping my grandson in this effort to get Christmas trees. And by the way, the coalition matches him. And also Michael Carroll, who's my former student, who every year purchases 5 new bikes for children in need, and the coalition matches and the Herkimer Lions Club added 2 to the list.
Oh.
And, kids love bikes in the summer.
Oh, yeah.
It's
a great gift to get under a tree.
A bicycle,
right?
I never learned how to ride one. My mother wouldn't let me. I lived up at the top of Skinner Street, and she figured if I had a bike, I wouldn't have lived.
Yeah, you wouldn't have.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have made it.
No.
So, anyway.
Kelly, last words?
But our thanks goes really to you for helping us always get the word out, keep people informed, and communication is key. As Ray was talking about that rumors thing, if people don't talk to one another about what they're doing and what's going on, if they don't share the knowledge they have, then we're missing out.
Well, who would have known that you were slapped with a $2,300 monthly fee for something that shouldn't have a dollar attached to it?
Yeah, those folks up there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we'll see if we can help.
Yeah, get that letter. All you have to do is read it, sign it, and send it.
Yep. All right.
That's all.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to Small Town Life. We'll see you next time.